The link system is the next type of system I'm going to show you now. The link system is similar, but instead of having a predefined peg list, you simply associate one word with the next word in your brain in some wild way. You'd link one with the other. For instance, if we had to remember this list, I can't imagine why we'd want to remember this list, but let's imagine door, handbag, desk, monkey, cigar, apple pie, motorbike, secretary, restaurant, elephant. If we had to remember that list, 10 words, you simply relate each one with another, and that's what we're going to do here. You're going to memorize this list with me. We're going to go through it now. One thing at a time. So we start off with the door. So you've got to remember door is associated with handbag. So in your mind, paint this picture of a handbag made of two huge doors. And they're hinged at the bottom, and they clamp together with handles on, and they've got a big sort of shoulder strap. And now you've got this over your shoulder, and you're really struggling to carry this handbag with you wherever you go. So it's made of these two big doors. Get that picture in your mind. The wilder the better. Enhance it in your own mind. Then the next is handbag desk. So now picture your own desk at work. Make it personal, your own desk at work, and then on top of that desk are 100 bags. And they're all tipped to one side, and they're open, and they're emptying their contents all over the place, and they're dropping on the floor. All those handbags everywhere on your desk. Paint that picture in your mind. Work with me here. Get that picture in your mind. The next one is desk monkey. So clear away the handbags, and behind your desk is now a monkey sitting on your desk, sitting on the chair. Look, it might be your boss, could be anybody. Only kidding. So you see a monkey. I'm in trouble here now because it's the bosses who pay for the seminar. So you see this monkey on your desk. And you clear away, you see the monkey in a big monkey, and he's got his feet up on the desk, and he's dictating a letter into your dictaphone or whatever. So you've got all this picture now, the monkey desk. Next thing, from desk, from monkey, we've got cigar. So now picture in your mind this monkey behind your desk. He's now smoking this huge cigar. Takes two hands to hold it up like this, and he lights it, and now it's billowing smoke out, and it's like a big factory chimney, billowing smoke everywhere. So you've got cigar, monkey. The next thing is cigar, apple pie. So now you picture an apple pie, and out of it a whole half a dozen smoking cigars. Look really horrible. Make it horrible in your mind. You cut into it, and there's apple pie and tobacco inside there, and it smells. You know what old tobacco smells like? Get that smell in your mind. Cigar, apple pie. Then you've got apple pie, motorbike. So now you imagine the bike is linked to the apple pie. Maybe the bike has got apple pie wheels. And as you're driving around in the bike, the pastry's breaking off the apple pie, so you've got gadunk, 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 because they're square wheels now. So you've got motorbike, apple pie. The next is motorbike secretary. So now you'll picture your secretary, your boss's secretary, on the motorbike. And she's wearing a bikini. And drive. Oh no, she's driving around the car park now, and everybody's leaning out the factory, wolf whistling, and she's driving around this Harley Davidson wearing a bikini. And now the next is secretary, restaurant. Now you go to the restaurant, and suddenly in the restaurant there's 100 of the same secretary. Exactly the same person now, but 100 of them. They're all exactly the same person in the restaurant. So you've got secretary, restaurant. Next is restaurant, elephant. And then you're in the restaurant, and you ask the restaurant manager what's on the menu, and he says, we've got elephant today. Elephant on a spit. Going to be really lovely. And he points you to the far corner, and there's this huge fire with somebody winding an elephant going around. You know, its trunk flips over every time it goes around, flips over. And you ask when it's going to be ready, and he says, oh, I don't know, next Monday, something like that, you know. So you get all these images in your mind. Okay, you've painted those pictures. The wilder the better. They don't have to be limited. Don't limit yourself to what I've been talking about. Make them wild. You've got those pictures in your mind. Now, let's see if we can remember the list. First word was door. Just before I ask you to shout out the second word, get it in your mind. What was the next one in your mind? Put in your mind. Okay, what was it? Handbag. Handbag, absolutely right. Handbag, what was the next one? Get it in your mind first before you shout it out. Okay, desk, absolutely right. Handbag, desk. Then next one? Monkey, next one? Cigar, next one? Apple pie and? Motorbike, okay, we were slow there. What was the next one? Secretary, you'll never forget that. Secretary, and then what? Restaurant, and then what? Elephant. Very, very simple, you see. Isn't that easy? Isn't that easy? And this is a wonderful way to win bets in a pub, I must tell you. This is you can drink out all night with this sort of stuff, but then your brain begins to go fuzzy a little bit. But the good news here, of course, is that it don't have to go in this order any longer. You can start in the middle. Apple pie, what was the next one? Motorbike. And then what? Secretary, and then? A restaurant, and then? Elephant. Or start and go backwards. There was cigar, what was the previous one? Monkey, and then? Okay, and then? And then? See, it's dead simple. Every one of us have memorized that list. You'll go home tonight and tell your wife or your husband about all these things you remember, and he or she'll say, what do you remember that lot for? But it is very interesting. Now, if you want to remember a shopping list, you do exactly the same thing. You memorize, link one thing with the next thing, with the next thing, with the next thing. Do it in aisle order, if you like. And then trick yourself by going backwards down the aisles, because you'll remember it backwards as well, in un-aisle order. Do it whenever way you like. It's very simple. So long as you've done those two things, filing and tagging. And do those two things, you'll get it in your brain with a big tag you'll never forget.